Azusa Street
Stirred up.
Power, miracles, signs.
They were all called it the Pentecostal explosion.
Released at Azusa Street. It began there, but it spread to the whole world.
The world had just entered the 20th century. The United States was under the leadership of its 26th president, Theodore Roosevelt. And Los Angeles was about to experience something it could never have imagined. Hi, my name is Matt Gibson, and I have been given the honor and privilege of sharing with you a most remarkable story. It is the story of real events, real people, and a real God. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, America had one foot in its pioneer past and another in the industrial age. Sugar was 4 cents a pound, and eggs were a penny apiece. But a 3-minute phone call from Denver to New York cost $11, more than a week's wages. Only 1 in 10 Americans had a high school education. Yet, by 1903, the Wright brothers had lifted off from Kitty Hawk in a contraption they called a lighter-than-air plane. Thousands of miniature movie theaters known as Nickelodeons were offering Americans a 5-cent peek at moving pictures. And Thomas Edison had already produced a feature film. The nation had one foot in the past and the other tentatively placed in the future. And so did the church. Things began to change before the turn of the century when the Wesleyan holiness movement that sprang up after the Civil War claimed sanctification was a second work of grace and abandoned its attempts to convince the Methodist Church of the doctrine. New denominations sprang up around the country and gravitated toward a third work of grace they called the baptism in the Holy Spirit.
The first people in the world, the first time they heard about Pentecost was from Azusa Street. In Europe, they always said it started at Azusa Street. So as far as, I'd say American Pentecostalism started in Topeka. Worldwide Pentecostalism started at Azusa Street.
Well, Azusa Street is, of course, a point which historically the contemporary Pentecostal charismatic movement points back to as perhaps the awakening that spawned so much of what is taking place globally today. Not just the remarkable nature of speaking with tongues, but the ongoing flow of the supernatural that is characterized by the gifts or the charismata of the Holy Spirit.